Leaks, player power, banning of journalists. There's never a dull moment supporting Manchester United. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Football with Priscilla. I am Priscilla, obviously. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And ladies and gentlemen, there is never a dull moment at Manchester United. If it's not the players leaking information about the dressing room, then it's the players complaining about training. And if it's not the players complaining about training, then it's the journalists releasing negative news about Manchester United. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I just want us to unpack everything with regards to the leaks, the player power, the banning of journalists, and what does that mean for Erik ten Hag. But before we get into the video for today, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and do turn your notifications on to know when next I post a video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the video for today, I just want to give a comment shout out, and today's comment shout out is Bright Manda, who has been commenting a lot on all of my videos. So Bright Manda, thank you so much for your comments, and keep the comments coming. I enjoy the discourse in my comment section. It's always fun talking about football with people. Okay, so let's get into the video for today. So we're gonna first talk about the leaks, then we'll talk about the player power, and finally we'll talk about the journalists getting banned and what does that mean for Erik ten Hag. Now listen. Apparently there are players that are leaking information to journalists with regards to the dressing room. Some players are saying Erik ten Hag has lost 50% of the dressing room. Some players are not convinced with Erik ten Hag's playing style, etc. The dressing room, Erik ten Hag has lost the dressing room. Like, there's so much. The question is, who keeps on leaking this information? Now, every single time we go on international break, there's always a leak, right? There's always a leak. This time, the leak isn't even in international break. It's on normal schedule of football. And it's not good when you have games coming at you thick and fast, and not small games and simple games, big games. So the question that I keep on asking myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys keep on asking yourselves, is who keeps on leaking this information? And why? Now, apparently, it seems like I read something on Twitter saying Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire, Rafael Varane, and Luke Shaw are trying to keep the dressing room unified. And they are also angry with the fact that there are leaks, because they're also wondering who's leaking this information. This keeps on happening time and time and time again. There's always leaks. So if there were leaks during Ole's time, there were leaks during Ralph Rangnick's time, there were leaks during Mourinho's time, and there were leaks during Van Gaal's time, etc. going back, then ladies and gentlemen, the easiest way we can find out who's leaking this information is by looking at the players that have been there through all these eras, right? I'm assuming. That's how we can figure out who the leaks are, because this trend has been there with every manager, right? So we can't say it's the new players. The new players are literally bought by Erik ten Hag, so it's not them, because they clearly want to be in his good books. So it's the players that have been there for a long period of time. And who are those players? Wink, wink. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so that is what's happening with regards to the leaks at Manchester United. Obviously, a lot of people are not happy with the leaks. I personally am irritated at this point. Professional footballers are gossiping. It's literally gossip. Like, it's so frustrating. So listen, I think at this time, we need to find out, people need to confront whoever these leaks are. These journalists that keep on saying sources, my sources, so that these sources should come out and say like, yo, I'm not comfortable with what's happening at the club, right? Because it's very frustrating at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want us to talk about the player power at Manchester United. So, apparently, some players are not happy with the way Erik ten Hag is training them. Apparently, they are running a little too much in training. Please, I'm an animated person, so if you see me moving around and doing etc., that's the type of person that I am. Now listen, can you guys point out any game where it looks like Manchester United have been running a lot in training? From August till December. One game. Name one single game, because I can't remember. If they are running in training, then please, that is not reflecting in the games. They don't run on the pitch. They're not intense on the pitch. So I don't understand which running, unless they're telling us because they run too much in training, they get tired by the time the game is being played. And oh my gosh, the nerve of these players to say we run a little too much. I don't know, maybe football is different from every other job on this planet. But I think for every job, you are required to work hard. These guys get 350, 150 per week, 650. Does anyone get 650? That's exaggerating. These guys get a lot of money per week, and they are complaining about running. With what nerve? Wasn't this the same complaint we had last season where they were saying, oh no, Erik ten Hag is telling them to come a bit earlier and they didn't want to? I think there was something like that came out last season. Like the nerve, the entitlement of these players. Oh my God. You are getting 350 and you are saying, oh, I don't want to run because it's too much? Yo, do you see how players like Fulham run? Do you see how players at Nottingham Forest run? Do you see how players Aston Villa run? West Ham players run? And they don't get anything or anywhere close to what Manchester United players get. And Manchester United players have the nerve to say they run? What? The entitlement is above and beyond. Oh my God. Now listen, apparently the players have talked to Erik ten Hag and they're not comfortable with this style of play. They're not comfortable with that happening. And you know what got me? Like the running thing and them not being comfortable with the style of play. I was like, okay, cool, I get it. There are people that are lazy in life. Fine. The fact that they said that some of the players are not happy or comfortable with the signings that Erik ten Hag has brought. Okay. All right, I was like, okay, everyone has an opinion. Cool. So they mentioned Weghorst. They mentioned Mason Mount. They mentioned, who else did they mention? They mentioned Rasmus Højlund. They mentioned Antony. Fine. Weghorst, I understand. Mount, even I don't know why we signed Mount. Antony, I think Antony is not the worst player. I think Antony offers us a lot on the right-hand side. I think he's still gaining the confidence and understanding the league, but there's still a player in there. There's so much potential I see in Antony. The one that pissed me off is the one where they singled out Rasmus Højlund. The nerve to say, I don't know why Erik ten Hag signed Rasmus Højlund. Some of the players are perplexed as to why Ten Hag signed Rasmus Højlund. Excuse you, what? If there's one player or one signing that the whole entire fan base will agree on and say this guy is the right player, this guy was worth the money, is Rasmus Højlund. Even though Rasmus is not getting the goal, cool, fine. But we can see what he's able to do. His positional awareness, his intensity. The kid is always running. That kid, if he was at Man City, would have 15 goals by now. If he was at Liverpool, he would have had 15, 20 goals by now. If he was at Arsenal, he would have had 15, 20 goals by now. He is an absolute delight of the player. The nerve of whichever player that was to say, why Rasmus? Excuse you, why Rasmus? Rasmus is actually the joy that we have. Even though he's not doing it, it says a lot that people are defending Rasmus Højlund, who hasn't been doing so well, like in terms of scoring goals. But people see something. We see something in that kid. We know the only reason why he's not getting goals is because there's no one to service him. Because the wingers don't know that they are wingers and they don't know that they're supposed to service Rasmus Højlund. But he is an amazing striker in the making. I can already see what he's going to do in the future. With the right squad, Rasmus will be an absolute amazing player in the future. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the banning of journalists, which I applaud. I have been saying for the longest period of time that the media, when it comes to Manchester United, has just been so aggressive, right? They've been releasing negative news. And you know why? Because they know it will sell. Anything that has to do with Manchester United will sell. If you say Manchester United players were seen picking up coins, it will sell, right? Manchester United is a brand. Anything Manchester United will sell. Anything negative, Manchester United will sell even more. And at a certain point, it just became irritating. These journalists that kept on saying, a source has told me Erik ten Hag has lost the dressing room. A source has told me the players don't want to play for Erik ten Hag. A source this, a source that. What is your source, please? Because right now, if you don't tell us what your source is, you're as good as me, who's reading information off of Twitter. So what if these journalists, their information is Twitter as well? That's their source. Like, what is the source? Now, among us, the journalists that have been banned include Sky Sports News, Cave, I have no idea how to pronounce his surname. Then there's Manchester United Evening News, Samuel Lackest, who for a lot of people were actually happy that he was banned. Reasons, I don't know. So, yeah. Then we have the Mirror, David McDonough, who was also banned, as well as ESPN, Rob Dawson. Now look at these journalists and where they're coming from. Sky Sports News, Manchester United Evening News, the Mirror, and ESPN. These are not small people. Like, these are not small journalists. These are big channels that are sending their people and they are banned, and rightfully, justifiably so. Now, there was an uproar on Twitter. Well, Samuel Luck has said something with the lines of, oh, they are banning me for saying the truth. No, we are not banning you for saying the truth, but at least you need to go to the club and confirm the news, not just spreading rumors here and there. And frankly, Samuel, we are tired of negative news. Like, do something else, say something else. There's always negativity, and I think the fans are tired. The club is also tired. So you know what? Good for Erik ten Hag that these journalists have been banned. And I know on Twitter people are divided and saying, oh, why did they ban them? But I actually read something, fun fact, Sir Alex Ferguson also did the same thing with BBC. So I don't know why people are coming for Erik ten Hag and saying, oh, look at him banning journalists that he knows will ask him questions. Excuse you, Manchester United is the one who made that decision, and I'm glad they did. This is showing that Manchester United actually wants to protect its manager, which is a good thing. Listen, it's a good sign for Manchester United. Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, leaks, player power, as well as the banning of journalists, what does it mean for Erik ten Hag? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest question still stands. Should we sack Erik ten Hag or should we keep him? Now, listen, I've been reading a lot of people's views and I've been watching a lot of United channels and just seeing and hearing what people have to say. It looks like the majority of the fan base are actually backing Erik ten Hag, and I think it's a good thing. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have had Moyes, Mourinho, Van Gaal, Ole, Ralph, Erik ten Hag. This is after Ferguson 6. And it's the same cycle. The players down tools, leaks are out, player power, manager is fired. It's the same cycle. And I think finally fans are waking up and they're like, wait a minute. We have seen Rashford throughout all these managers. He has not improved, yet the manager has gotten fired, right? We have seen Martial. We have seen McTominay. All these players have always been a constant in all these things. Maybe, just maybe, ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not the manager. Now, the manager can be part of the problem, I agree. But I think everyone also agrees that right now, the players also have a big part to play. If you hear what Roy Keane and Gary Neville said, they really did go in on the players. And Gary Neville was talking about Manchester United's football being boring, justifiably so. It's so true. I've been saying this, they play boring football. Roy Keane has also been saying, and he went in on Marcus Rashford and said he doesn't seem like he wants to be there, right? He needs to up his game. A lot of people, including the pundits right now, are calling out the players, and justifiably so. Listen, the manager can only go so much. You have to run. If you're, okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for the manager because you don't like him, do it for the fans. Do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, your CV will not say, oh, did not play well in 2023, 2024 because of Erik ten Hag. It will just say, did not play well, right? You're the one with the ball at your feet on the pitch anyway. Play, right? So this attitude by the players, the leaks and the player power, I think the players have gotten it in their head so much that it's, guys, we don't like this manager, let's down tools, let's wait for Zinedine Zidane, so we're not going to play well, which is a bad attitude if you ask me. It's a bad attitude. If you don't want to do it for the manager, do it for the fans. When a child buys a jersey written number 10, it's because they want Rashi there, not because of Erik ten Hag. So it's very sad. And it's very wrong that the players down tools without regard to the fans whatsoever. The fans, yes, are coming to see the player tactics and they're coming to see what the manager has done with his team, but they are more so coming to see Rashford play, Martial play, Anthony play, Bruno play, Varane play, Maguire play, Lindelof play, all those players. So it's very, very unfair. I, ladies and gentlemen, still will stick by Erik ten Hag. And listen, Even if we lose to Chelsea and we lose to Liverpool, I'm gonna say this: don't fire him. No matter what happens this season, keep Erik Ten Hag. I honestly believe once we have this whole owner situation sorted, and once Ianos comes in, starts looking at everything, starts selling players, buying players, etc., I think it would be safe to have a manager that has already been with the club for some time to now go like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need that. If we get a new manager, we're starting over again. And frankly, I am tired. Right? I am so tired of starting, and I feel a lot of Manchester United fans are also feeling the same way. Regardless of what happens at Liverpool and Chelsea and in the Champions League and in the FA Cup and the Premier League as well, stick with Erik Ten Hag. It's always something with Manchester United. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I had to say with regards to everything that's happening to Manchester United. Obviously, we're looking forward to the Chelsea versus Manchester United game. Like I said, regardless of the result, for me, don't fire him. Don't sack him. That's what I'm going to say. So you guys do comment down in the comment section. Do you think we should sack Erik Ten Hag, or do you think we should stick by him regardless of what happens this season? I say we do. What do you guys think? Comment down in the comment section. I always enjoy the discourse that happens in the comment section. So yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much guys for watching. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and do turn your notifications on to know when next I post a video. Bye.